Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing a new modding suite for the open world classic known as Morrowind. First of all, we are not going to be playing this in the classic engine. Rather, we're going to be playing this in the new open-sourced OpenMW engine. OpenMW obviously stands for Open Morrowind, but they are legally distinct because while they can use the Morrowind assets, they don't have to. You could, in theory, make your own game in this open-sourced engine, provided you follow the license that is available. But rather than yippity-yapping about it anymore, let's just get on to it. As with most of my modding suites, this will require the complete original game. That includes the Tribunal and Blood Moon expansion packs. Unlike the previous mod loadout, you can probably do this in whatever type of Morrowind you want, be it the disc version, provided it's been fully up to date, via Bethesda's official patches, or simply the GOG or Steam versions. Now, this loadout is missing a few key features from the previous one, and the graphics won't be as quite as sharp. But that's because we're starting with a brand new engine, and they haven't quite got the same graphics extenders and whatnot all in place quite yet. But basically, we're sacrificing graphics for extreme stability. The idea that the Open Morrowind engine is far, far more stable than the basic Morrowind engine, and should, in theory, depending on your computer setup, result in far less crashes. Version 0.40 has been released. More or less, this is a feature-complete version of Open Morrowind. All they're going to be doing is bug fixes and updating the new creation kit they've designed for Open Morrowind, before eventually releasing OpenMW to full 1.0 status. What we're going to do at openmw.org is we are going to go to the Downloads link, scroll down and select the OS X, Windows, and other Linux versions. After going to their GitHub page, simply scroll down. Beneath the latest post, you will see various options, such as the file for OS X, the files for Linux, and the files for Windows. The Windows 64-bit version. The first thing to grab would be the Morrowind official add-ons, which you can get on UESP. These are official mods created by Bethesda in order to not only test the creation kit, but also just to release out there for free for people to have. This was the first version of DLC, but it was all free. And that contrasts their expansion packs, which were not free. But if you get nothing else, grab the Master Index and Siege at Firemoth mods, because those are the best ones. Next up is Tamriel Rebuilt. This mod, simply put, adds the mainland of Morrowind. About 50% of it has been completed, which means it more or less quadruples the game size, because the base game of Morrowind only takes place on the island of Vardenfell, and Tamriel Rebuilt has pretty much all of the east and the southeast done, with progress being made right now on the southern tip, with the west landscape being filled in, but having no actual content. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, these areas have their own guilds, their own quests, their own pretty much everything. And while there isn't an overarching main quest for the mainland as of yet, it is definitely a fun place to adventure and enjoy those mini-stories that the developers for this mod have put together. I will have linked in the video description a couple discussions that I've done with members of the Tamriel Rebuilt team. Either way, this one clocks in at about 100 megabytes. It's not that big. Next up, we got Morrowind Rebirth. Morrowind Rebirth is one of the largest mods that alters all the vanilla content, adding a lot more places to the game world. You would see, for example, smaller towns outside the major cities. You would see farming communities, things like that. Balmora has undergone a complete shift and now looks a lot better. There's an add-on to the Foreign Quarter that is actually outside of the city, the people who aren't welcome in the gates, as it were. And there's just all different changes that Morrowind Rebirth makes. I recommend them all. Next up is Better Bodies. Highly recommended. It replaces the character models with high-definition character models. That's pretty much it. Now, to go with better bodies, you've got better heads, which just make people's faces look a little bit better. Better clothes are literally just better clothes for the better bodies. Welcome to the Arena is perhaps one of my favorite mods I've ever seen. It literally adds the arena from Oblivion into Morrowind. Now, it isn't voiced with this awesome announcer, unfortunately. It adds the bloodworks, and it gives you the ability to fight against combatants or against beasts, and you can basically make your life what it is, an arena gladiator, and it's a whole new faction for you to enjoy. Simply put, the animal realism mod makes little rats and other things not attack you on sight because they're animals. They, for the most part, want to avoid people, especially after you become more powerful. Maybe those rats and unblighted, undiseased cliff racers don't want to kill you. The books of Vardenfell make all the vanilla books look a little bit better. Darknut's armor textures are going to improve the way most of the armors look in the game. Likewise, Darknut's creature textures are going to change the way a lot of other things look. Darknut's little weapons mod does the same thing for weapons. Better Robes is going to do the same thing for robes. More Better Clothes Volume 1 is just going to get the clothes that the other mods missed. New Beast Bodies is going to do what the Better Bodies mods did, except make it a little bit better for beast races. Graphic Herbalism is one of my favorite mods. It allows you to pick herbs instead of herbs being a container. Graphic Herbalism add-ons includes a Tamriel rebuilt add-on for Graphic Herbalism. Now the Azure Replacer, Divine Dagoth Vivek God Replacer, and Better Amalexia mods all make these specific characters look better. They're living gods, for God's sakes. Vivek Voice, Amalexia Voice, and Dagoth Voice. These are all adding full voice acting to these particular big-time NPCs who had a little bit of voice acting before, such as Dagoth but takes it to the next level to where all of their text is voice acted. Now, one of the first things I will be testing when I do my live streams this weekend is GCD, which is a character development plugin which basically replaces vanilla Morrowind's leveling system with one that can continue in perpetuity. There is no cap to it, but it's based entirely on what you do with your character as opposed to the old-fashioned leveling system. I've seen a lot of people rave about how great this leveling system is. I'm going to try it for myself and see how well it works. Either way, when you go to the download page, which is listed, scroll down into the comments and click this Wolflore link, which will take you to a page with a lean version which has been completely redeveloped from scratch, assuming you want to try it with me. I don't have any verdict on this. The other mods I have tried out previously, this one will be brand new. I might not even be using it. It might crash and burn for all I know. But that's where the excitement of testing mod loadouts comes in. I will be live streaming it here. If you're interested in any of these mods, click the download link in the video description, which will take you to Zahakaran.com with links to the various mods shown here. That's pretty much everything there is to say. This is a very basic loadout. Out of all the different mods that I have listed, the Morrowind gameplay, graphics, and sound overhaul that I listed previously in my Modernizing Morrowind video has a lot more things to it. And again, if the Oblivion-like combat mod from my previous loadout was something that you absolutely needed and couldn't live without, then this loadout is a no-go. If the Morrowind code patch that now includes an uncapper is something you can't live without, then again, this loadout is a no-go. If the super long-distance view and high-definition graphics from the Morrowind Graphics Extender was a mandatory must-have, then again, this loadout is a no-go. But I'm going to be doing a few things with Open Morrowind as time progresses, and I wanted to hop into the engine with a brand new loadout and mess around with it the best I could. And the main reason for that is the Morrowind multiplayer Steam group. I recommend having a look at it because there is quite a bit of potential here in Morrowind multiplayer, which can be accomplished through the Open Morrowind engine. Unlike very shoddy and poorly put together workarounds like Tamriel Online for Skyrim, this is coded directly into the game using the open-sourced Morrowind engine, and as such it is far superior and more stable than your average multiplayer attempts in an Elder Scrolls game, which, trust me, Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim have all had multiplayer attempts done to them over the years, and none have come anywhere near this in terms of detail and synchronization of things. Now, admittedly, they're nowhere near done, because they're going to go full swing with this after Open Morrowind is fully released. Noting that Open Morrowind is at version 0.40 right now, with some minor bug fixes and some finishing touches done on the creation kit before they're ready to roll it out. This is, for the moment, my go-to Open Morrowind loadout. I will be changing it up. There will probably be more videos like this one coming, so keep an eye out for those. Nothing here in this list is set in stone. Now, I'll probably be changing things, adding things, removing things, and just generally messing around through the duration of my live stream playthroughs. I do hope you'll join me, but I thought I'd really quick just go ahead and share my list. Either way, check the social media links for more content. Please leave a comment, and I will see y'all next time.